I want to talk a little bit about projections because it's a relevant idea right now, and it's an important idea. It's the only important idea. It's the only problem causer. If you understand that system, you'll understand everything that goes on here. That's bright. That's bright. Ah. Want to get some sun? Want to do some sun gazing? Let me filter it for you. Sun gazing, get it. I'll try to save you. Anyway, projections. To clarify what I mean by projections. Projections are everything that aren't existing in your little bubble, your little personal space, sphere. You know, 5 miles that way, 5 miles that way. Things that you can touch, hear, taste, smell, see, all those things. Everything in your universe, in your world that is not those is projection. So your mind is filling in the gap for you and creating the universe via the projection system. Otherwise, you'd just be in this little bubble here and it's like a video game. It's like a video game anyway, but that's what the projection system is. And I'm not even saying that everything within your little bubble is not projection, because it's there too. Even if you're having a conversation with somebody. Even if you're having a conversation with somebody, okay? You're still projecting. Even then, you're projecting less, but it's still happening. Because you're still reading and interpreting them. There's still space. You're not inside of their head. And it's more accurate than if it's your mother who lives, you know, the next city down, and you're just having thoughts, random thoughts about her and what she's doing, what she's thinking, or whether she's judging you or whatever else. Even if you're having a conversation with somebody and they do some weird facial movement, okay? If you know them really well, you might know exactly what they meant by that. And if you don't know them really well, maybe you'll misinterpret that. Or maybe you'll just let it go and not think anything of it. And then tied in with projections is resentments. That's tied in. So if we get attached to a projection, a belief about someone or something, and it turns out to be false, we feel bad about it because our reality has been changed. Our projection reality has turned out not to match exactly the physical present reality. And so at that point, when that truth comes out, we have the option to either adapt to what has been revealed and reorient, or we can go into resentment and just be mad that the situation happens, or be mad or put blame on whoever we feel is responsible for the whole thing, or we can hide behind a rock or whatever. We can do, there are many evasive maneuvers that we're capable of doing in those situations. And the quickest way to resolve projections, if they're eating you, and that's what they do, they eat you up. They eat you alive, okay? Bitterness, resentment eats you from the inside out. It's like a cancer virus. I know cancer isn't supposedly a virus, but it's a virus that eats you. It energetically devours you whole. And the quickest way to resolve resentment issues that come via the projection system, if you're having them about somebody, is you have to call them directly up and say, hello, I have an issue. I think blah, blah, blah about you. I think you're doing this, that, and the other thing, and it's pissing me off. It's making me feel bad. Let's talk about it. And they'll say, well, you're full of shit. I didn't think any of that stuff. You're talking out your ass. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Right? So they'll tell you, like, your projection was just a bunch of bullshit. Just stop. Okay? Or they can say, well, yeah, actually, you know, that's pretty accurate. Those thoughts you were having about me, that's accurate. And then in that case as well, you will both reorient to the new situation, the new truth about the situation that has been revealed through the conversation. That's the only way to resolve projection issues. Unless you manage to stay, if you've done enough self-work to be present, where you're just not even really projecting shit all over the place all the time. You're just present, and you're just dealing with the situation at hand. And if somebody comes into your physical presence, then you deal with them as is. Okay, if you're at that point, the game changes slightly, but it's not completely changed. It's the projection system has to remain in some fashion. You have to learn how to deal with it. You have to talk to people. If you have issues, if you have resentments, you got to call them up. Walk to their house. Bang the door down. Are they important to you? People cop resentments in families, and I've seen this with my own eyeballs many times. Someone cops the resentment, okay? Feelings get hurt, and they don't talk about it. They stuff it under the fucking rug, and then they don't talk to that person for 15 fucking years. Do you understand how insidious this is? This is not a joke. It's the fucking virus. It's the parasite. It's eating you. Do you feel it eating your insides? It makes you feel dirty. It makes you feel unclean. It doesn't allow you to love yourself or anybody else. It has to be acknowledged. You gotta look at it. There's no other way. Or it eats you when you die. You want that? It will happen. It will certainly happen. It's happening all over the place. It's happening every day. That's what people do. They live in projection land. While the real world, like the heart-beating, energy-pumping, crazy orgasmic sea of play is happening, while that's happening, in the reality, in truth, in the present moment, everybody is checked out. They don't exist. You don't have to do that. You can exist. But if you're mainly living in projection land, you really don't exist. You're not present. You're having a conversation with somebody and your mind is somewhere else. Well, guess what? You're not there. Where the fuck are you? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know where you are. If you have an issue with somebody, go talk to them about it. Immediately. Don't wait. Treat it like a life-threatening situation that it is. It's a life-threatening situation. You have to take it seriously.